At 37, Cadel Evans is one of the oldest riders at this year's Giro, but with 5 Grand Tour podium places amongst his palmarès, he remains a major threat in the race for the Maglia Rosa.
For me to be getting on the top step of the podium, it's going to take very, very consistent and very good climbing ability to be with the best climbers every day in the mountains. It's a very mountainous Giro, and I think that's going to be the key, is being consistent in the mountaintop finishes, and there are many of those.
Evans has always placed highly in the Giro, finishing in the top 10 in all but one of his appearances. But his reputation was forged at the Tour de France, a winner in 2011 after twice placing second. 2014 will be the first time he misses the race in 8 years.
Tour de France was a race I dedicated 10 years of my life to, or my professional athletic life to, and fortunately I came through on one of them and won one of them, so that sort of that gave me a certain degree of satisfaction. And now to step away from it for me thus far has been a bit of a relief, actually. Sort of 8 years to wake up every day and have people ask you, can you win the Tour de France? Gets a bit tiring, to be honest. And well, now I'm not even going to be there. It takes a certain level of expectation off my shoulders, but here I am with another challenge.
He's now one of the elder statesmen in the pro peloton, but with age comes experience and results. The oldest post-war winner of the Tour, his aim this month is to become the oldest ever Giro champion. Above all else, he's determined to remain competitive in the Grand Tours.
I don't want to race at a substandard level, or a level that's below the top level. And then as a rider more experienced, now I have to look at the results sheet to see if there's anyone in the race that's older than me. Years ago I used to see how many riders were in contention for the young riders jersey, but I'd say with experience you may have less energy, but you know much better when to save it and when to expend it.
The Australian's long and illustrious career started in the mid-90s with mountain biking. A double World Cup winner, Cadel was one of the biggest names in the sport, but even at the age of 21, he could foresee a future on the road.
Mountain biking is really my sport. It's what I started with. That's my job. That's how I earn my living, racing mountain bikes. But road racing is still for me a great sport, and maybe that will be what my main priority is in the years to come.
In 2001, Cadel Evans moved from Volvo Cannondale to Italian road cycling team InCycle. The way in which he summarised his strength 16 years ago, and not a far cry from how many would assess him now.
When I'm riding, when I'm training, concentrate on that, do everything as best I can, and do everything 100%. As a rider, technical skills, climbing, power to weight ratio helps on the climbs, and an all-round rider. Now I've sort of developed to this level where I can be competitive on pretty much any course, I think, so that's probably my biggest strength.
And weaknesses?
Ice cream and really cold weather.
Evans had to battle some brutal weather on his way to finishing third in last year's Giro. While the conditions are unlikely to be as harsh this time around, the route certainly serves up some tough stages.
I'm a little bit rational about the stages. If I'm doing well, I enjoy the stage. If I'm not doing well, I just want to get the stage done. We're all going to be tested right from the team time trial and the opening road stages. The third week, like in good Giro characteristics, is by no means easy though.
He isn't the outstanding favourite for this race, but Evans is carrying form into this Grand Tour following his overall victory at the Giro del Trentino last month. He's well positioned to bring his racecraft and experience into play as the race reaches its crucial stages. Cadel Evans has matured into one of pro cycling's elder statesmen, but his focus remains on the here and now.
I have some things in Australia that are interesting avenues to follow in cycling, but also a few things outside of cycling. But at the moment I'm still focused on being a rider at the top level, and doing my best Giro d'Italia that I can.